What's up, everybody? I'm back with another movie review, and this is of Ice Age 2, which is actually called Ice Age: The Melting. I think it is a little weird of a name, but it makes sense throughout the movie. It's the second of the Ice Age movies, like I said, released in 2006, I believe. And what is it? Well, it's the second Ice Age movie. And it basically focuses on after the Ice Age hit, which we saw progress in the first movie. Now everything is starting to melt again. Global warming is starting to happen. The Great Cold is over. The Great Warm is coming on. And we see the characters in this movie, who are animals living in this time, have to adapt to the rising waters and trying to escape and stuff. Pretty much it. And also, there's the character developments of Manny trying to come to terms with the fact that he may be the last mammoth alive on Earth, which turns out to not to be true. And also a couple other stupid side arcs and plots and whatever the fuck not. We'll get into this though. Like I said in the last movie, the main antagonist of this movie was really the main antagonist. I guess if we want to go off the fact that they were trying to escape the rising water levels because of the melting, I guess you could say that was the antagonist. But I think really what they want to say the real antagonist was these sea creatures, like these prehistoric sea creatures that get that get like thawed out because of the rising temperatures, and then they're like swimming through the waters eating everything. Okay. I mean, we see them get thawed out. We see them actually kill someone early in the movie, which is early in their, I guess not early in the movie, but early in their presence in the movie, which is weird. In movies like this, usually you see what would normally in higher rated movies be deaths. They look like they're going to be deaths, and they end up not. And not in this movie. There's some of that is craziness. And then of course, so I guess they're not, but the only time they really slow down the main characters themselves is when they're in the water. And even then, they really don't do anything. I don't know if they were just really confused or like forgot how to incorporate an antagonist, because as I talked about in the last review, I'm talking about in this review, probably gonna talk about in other reviews. They really don't do a good job of this, incorporating a physical antagonist. It's always like the overarching part of the movie, or it's like character growth. They end up being better antagonists than the fucking what they actually think are the antagonists. It's weird. I don't understand. But whatever. But so that they become a problem, and then of course the other part is Manny trying to find a mate because he thinks he's the only mammoth left on the planet, and they end up actually finding a mammoth who thinks she's a possum. And I gotta tell you, the first movie came out in 2002. This one came out in 2006. Third one came out in 2009. And then the fourth one came out in 2012, and the last one came out in 2016. But even so, these movies, even though they're from a while back, speaking a little bit relatively, they like to speak on some really, like, how do I call it, relevant topics, like, kind of things. She thinks she's a possum and believes that she is, and it's kind of like the gender dysmorphia type thing. And it for me just includes it. Not exclusivity. I want to say exclusivity for some reason. Inclusiveness. That's what I was looking for. But it also, but it's like weird. It's not. They don't really like elaborate on it, and then they stop elaborating on it, and they're like conflicting on what direction to go with it throughout the movie. It's really, really weird, but you can easily notice it if you're watching this time and age. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. And eventually, we get a flashback scene that she figures out that she's a mammoth and remembers what happens to her, and how she got saved, which we kind of saw in the first movie with Manny, getting flashbacks to when his family got murdered by hunters. This kind of thing. We don't see what happened to her family. We see that she just got abandoned. But that was a little. It was a little sad, but not like overarching sadness. But it was like a little heartfelt moment, kind of thing. It was elaborated pretty well on. But then it's the whole arc about them like falling in love and then being together and dealing as a couple. And then but like Sid makes a great quote that I think is pretty funny. It's like, we are on the brink of extinction, pickiness is not really an option here, or something like that. It like I know it's a children's movie, so you can't talk about like, ooh, we're the last of our species, all we gotta do is bang each other and make more kids. But you imply, from Manny's perspective, that's what you want to do. And then the girl is like, oh, you're coming on to me. Why are you coming on to me? Because you're the only two left of your species. Whatever. I honestly thought it was a little too quick, honestly, but circumstances play out each other, whatever. And then then they go through the la-di-da of trying to get to higher ground, but the stuff floods, and then they fight the sea monsters, and then here comes Scrat. How I said, Scrat in the first movie, his antics really, there was a little like, what is it? Little dusty, I guess I should say. I don't know. But in this movie, he actually, even though they don't actually interact with Scrat at all, the main characters don't, what they do, he's actually like more relevant to the topic. Most of the movie, he's trying to get the acorn away from this vulture family, but he finally gets it, just as the ice is breaking away and the waters are flooding, and he's flying around, and then he actually is the one who breaks apart the ice wall that was making it where they were living like a bowl, so that the water gets released out and they're all safe. So, and they actually end up building on that, making him more and more bad and good incorporated as we go on into this movie. But this movie, he wasn't really the one that kicked off all the problems. The problems were just kind of by nature, but he kind of saves the day. And they do more of him, of cutting away to him just doing random stuff. It's a good thing with the kids, but is it really necessary? I don't know. I really don't know. Take that as you may. I don't know. And then we learned, there's more mammoths. The mammoths, are they gonna still be together? And it turns out that they are together. There we go. And then, of course, the other main characters that get introduced alongside this other mammoth are these couple of possums, and they're just there to be stupid and do all the funny stunts. Even though Sid's kind of the one that was doing that already, and he's still like the punchline of every single joke. Yet they have these guys. Weird, but crazy. Anyway, that's my review of this movie, Ice Age: The Melting, I believe it is. I'll put the correct title in the correct title of the movie in the title of this video. So, and it'll be the thumbnail, so you will see it. But with my final score, probably another solid 7 out of 10. It wasn't bad. But it kind of started to get a little weird from here. We'll just say that. But if you've ever seen this movie, let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section down below. If I missed anything that you thought I should talk about this movie, let me know in the comment section down below. And and that's going to do it. This movie review. Stay tuned for the other 3 reviews of Ice Age movies, and also other movie reviews and other much more amazing content coming to you soon. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.